G'day, Heath here from pickinglessons.com. The Sailor's Hornpipe. This is one of the most fun tunes you can pick. It's in the key of G. There are two parts. It's got a little bit of everything. We've got some great scale back and forth passages. We've got some arpeggios. We've got a full position there using our pinky as well. In a moment, we're going to break down the first four measures and start to get to know the tune. But if you head to pickinglessons.com, you'll grab yourself a copy of this arrangement. In the member section there, we'll break down the remainder of the tune and we'll walk through how to approach it and the techniques we need to use. Okay, so let's break down though these first four measures. We are in the key of G, pretty much using the G scale, but there is a bit of modulation in that third measure we'll get to in a moment. So we can count it in four. When we play it a bit faster, it's kind of nice to count it in cut time. So I'll give you a quick example. If we're going to count it in 4, 2, 3, 4. Once we pick up the tempo, it's always nice to play these sort of fiddle tunes, feeling them in cut time. And cut time would be basically feeling every 2 beats. So and so on. But when we're learning it, we'll slow it down and count it in 4. Now that would mean our pickup that we find at the beginning of, before the first measure there, the 3rd and the 2nd frets of G, F sharp, will be played on count 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 to the first beat. As always, approaching your picking following the rhythm structure is really important. So down up on the 8ths, down on the quarters. Second note in on the first measure, we're going to play that with a staccato. We're going to shorten that note. So if you look in the music there, you'll see that there's a dot underneath the note. So a staccato just basically means that we want to shorten the note and detach it from the next beat. Even though it's a full quarter note, we're going to detach it. So shorten the length of it. Just sort of punctuates the rhythm there a little bit. So that's a really nice thing to do. We've got a few of those as we go through. Watching the right hand there, notice after we play up, down, we're just following our 8th note pattern. This is very scaly at the moment. Into measure 2. A little bit of arpeggio. That movement there, B to D, to the G. Pinky. So as you reach this sort of halfway point in measure 2, we're going to use our pinky on fret 7. We're going to keep our hand in what would be this open position on the mandolin. Basically what we're covering is our first finger at the 2nd, 2nd finger at the 3rd, 3rd finger at the 5th, little finger, pinky at fret 7. We're going to keep our hand in one place though. So as we move through measure 2, we've got a real spread of notes, and this is really great to work on. So once we get up to tempo, it may be challenging, but if you can work on getting that position there, that would be really awesome. So just a reminder, 1st and 3rd fingers, 2nd and 1st. Now the pinky down to 3rd and 2nd fingers. All the while in this measure, all 8 notes, we're going to play down, up, picking. As we move through to measure 3, we hit a chord that actually doesn't belong to the key of G. So the A, or the A7 chord, it's the 2 chord in the key of G, which normally is an A minor, but it's been changed to a major or a dominant 7th chord. It is a common little trick. It does take us outside the key of G though, at this point in time. So it's sort of outside the key, but it works really well when we move on to the next measure. You'll really hear how that works. So as we move through from measure 3 into the D position, we're going to bring in the C sharp there as well, so that's outside the key. To finish off that 4th measure there. So now when we hear the chord progression, we've got G, A or A7, and D. So the A really gives it a bit of a lift. It's a really nice variation. Rather than A minor, we've got the A major or the A dominant 7th. So these first 4 measures, let's have a little slow play through. 2, 3, 4. Get that pinky up there. And we'll move on to the next part in the next video. But there was another staccato note there in measure 3. Measure 3, we had the on the 2nd beat as well. So it's a nice addition to the rhythm. And that staccato again, just a short sounding note detached from the next, and there's a little dot underneath the note head. So first of all, measures of the tune. Even though we're in the key of G, there are notes from outside the key, accidentals and altered chords. It really makes for this tune to be quite a happy, upbeat, fun tune to pick. Head on over to pickinglessons.com. What we're going to do is break down the remainder of part A and then have a look at part B as well. You've got a play along and backing track there as well. So as you get to know the tune, you can download those and put them in a slow downer just to help you bring up tempo on this tune, because it is a faster one generally. So you do want to get to know it well. And as you learn the melody, just start to bring up that tempo and help guide yourself through your practice. So pickinglessons.com. I'll see you there.